Well, hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. Today I want to start a new series of shorts where we talk about hoarding. What stuff should we be hoarding on our homestead? So I want to make a list of the top 10 things to hoard on your homestead. Now these aren't going to be in any particular order, so I'm not saying one's more prevalent over the other, but these are 10 things that I've realized that I need to have more of, and I almost wonder if I can ever have enough. Now we're not talking about the obvious things like like food or bullets or the total number of casket dollies you have stacked up in your barn. We're talking about the things that aren't as obvious. You may not think, hey, I need more of these, but when the time comes and you discover you need something like what we're going to list, then it's really handy to have around. Now I will disclose, I'm not talking about crazy hoarding that gets to the point of being a little unhealthy, where you've got rooms and rooms full of stuff, like you've got 15 chafing dishes because you're just afraid one of them may go bad and you need 14 backups. We're talking about things that are handy to have and can have multiple function and multiple purposes all over the homestead. So here we go. Well, number one could be a bit obvious, and we'll start with the slow pitches, I guess, and we'll move up to the fastballs. But to me, you can't have enough tanks, plastic barrels, whatever you want to call them. I collect these every chance I get. I keep an eye out to get a good deal on them. These are great for obviously storing water, collecting water, rain barrel type situation. But you also, some of these styles that have the screw off lids are great for storing feed. You can imagine chicken feed or pig feed, you get quite a bit in this tank, and with a nice screw down lid and all that, you're not going to have to worry about rodents and things getting into it. So I collect these food grade barrels. I have the blue barrels, I have IBC totes, and I use them all over the place. I've got them using the blue barrels as a rain catchment on the chicken coop. We've done an episode about that. The IBC tote I've used to water the blueberries, and of course haul water for the pigs. It's a great way to transport almost 300 gallons of water. I think they're 275. So those are really handy to have. So where do you find these? Well, again, you just keep an eye out. Craigslist, you see them a lot. Some of the Facebook yard sale things you'll see. But usually you'll find this one guy that has some sort of connection, and he goes and buys them in bulk, and he brings a flatbed trailer to your neighborhood, or at least in an area that makes sense. And he obviously sells them for a little bit more. Thing you got to watch out for is food grade versus non-food grade versus some pretty noxious chemicals. Some of these IBC totes in particular, because they're really kind of a temporary throwaway type container, they can be used to transport some pretty nasty stuff chemical wise. So you definitely want to know where your tanks are coming from, where your bins are coming from. And yeah, I'm not going to put water in here that I'm going to drink, but it is something you want to make sure if you store stuff that comes in contact with food you give your livestock, then it could be an issue. This barrel and the barrel behind my concrete mixer actually were full of olives. So they came over from the Mediterranean full of olives, and so when I bought these, I think I got these for $15 a piece. They still had olives in the bottom of it, which was kind of interesting. So just something to keep an eye out for. And again, you can't have too many of these.